tutorial on how to use Google Docs. Now this is a tutorial for beginners, so if you've already used Google Docs before, there will be a couple of repeats here, but this is just a basic tutorial on how to sign in to Google Docs, upload something, and then make comments and receive comments. So in order to use Google Docs, you're going to have to go to Google, obviously, and there you're going to want to sign in. You do need a Google account to access Google Docs, so if you don't have one already, you're going to want to create one. Go to where it says sign up here, and if you do have one, you're going to just log in here as per usual, like you would to access your email or anything. Now my login's a little bit different because it's through the district website, so I have to log in a different place. But when you sign in, it looks pretty much the exact same. This is where you can access your email, your Google Drive, your calendar, things like that. The nice thing about Google is they have this great toolbar in the upper left-hand corner, so you can kind of always change between those different aspects of Google anytime you're on a different page and you want to get back. That toolbar is there. Google Docs is located in the Google Drive, which you can access here or up here, doesn't matter. And when you go to the Google Drive, mine has documents in it already, so if yours doesn't have anything, that's okay. But you can have your own documents and files here or documents that are shared with you. What you're going to want to do to create a document, something you've never done before, you're going to want to go to where it says Create. Now there is a little arrow right here where it's just upload a file. You can upload just a Word document or whatever. I would strongly recommend to create a document. If you just upload a file, it doesn't allow for feedback in specific places. So if I were to mark a run-on sentence, I can't highlight that particular sentence. So always go to create a document, and under create you have several options here. You can create a folder so you can organize things by classes. You can create a document, a presentation, a spreadsheet, form, drawing, etc. Google presentations are kind of nice because you know that things will be compatible because it's going to be run through Google. Whereas if you created a presentation on a PC and then it doesn't transfer to a Mac, you don't have that with Google. Everything's streamlined for you because it's run from the website. Today we're going to use Google Docs, so we got to go to the document here, and then a blank page will open up, and this looks a lot like Word if you're familiar with Word. They have kind of a similar toolbar here and different little options there. If you just wrote a document in a Word document already, all you have to do is paste it here. And here's just something from the website. Sometimes the formatting might be a little funky depending on indent and things like that, so you might have to adjust, so look at the document first before you submit it. Otherwise, you can just type right in this document, blah, 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 blah. And what's kind of nice about typing in the document is you don't have to worry about, oh, it's on my computer at home, or oh, it's on my flash drive, or oh, my computer at home crashed, or whatever. If you type it all on Google Docs and have it stay on Google Docs, it's saved because it's on the internet, unless the internet crashes, in which we have bigger problems. So, and what's nice is it auto saves for you. There's no, if you go to File, there's really no Save button because it'll tell you right here what the status is of it being saved. So if it says all changes saved in Drive, you can X out of it and it's not lost, which is great. Now, one thing I will caution you, when you're typing, I'm going to go back down here and type blah, 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 you'll see that it says saving, or at least it did. Here, I'll do it again. Saving, with an ellipses after it. Sometimes after a long period of typing, it takes a little while for that to catch up. So if it says saving and you X out of it, your document won't be saved. So always double check the status right here. Alright, and then I'm going to want to name my document. If I click up here, where it says Untitled, I can give it a name. Remember, for this class, you're always going to want to put the hour, and then your last name and first name, so then I can organize them nicely. Alright, so my document's done, and I'm ready to share it, which means I'm going to turn it in. If you go to the right-hand corner up here where it says Share, you can see that this document is private. Only I can access it right now. So what I want to do is I want to share it. And it gives you a couple of options here. The first one is a link to share, so you can email it to someone. If you want to email it to your brother in college to read it, you certainly can. Otherwise, you're going to invite people to access the document. Now, when you do that, that means that the person you're sharing it with can make changes to the document, can write comments, can delete it. So whoever you invited to, make sure it's someone you trust. And I would recommend, if you're giving each other peer feedback, don't invite them on the same document as the one I'm grading, because then I will see all those comments and it just is going to make things a little bit messy. So you put in their Google account address or their email address right there. Here's mine. Remember that I'm using the apps.district833.org email address. If you just go to the regular SOWASHCO email address, it won't actually access or get to me. I can't access it. Now, right underneath here it says notify people via email. Please, please, please uncheck that. If it is checked, that means that I will get an email for every single paper that's turned in, which is a lot, and it clogs up my email, so don't do it. Okay, when you're done, you're going to hit save and share, which I'm not going to do because I don't want to save this with myself and share it with myself. And then everything is done. Alright, now I'm going to show you how to write comments. So you go into a document, whatever document you want. Alright, let's see. I'll just go right here. This is just a random document from a speech student. Okay, let's say I want to make a comment right here. Right up next to the alignment tools, there's an insert comment button. And if you click on that, it's going to give you a little talk bubble over here, and you can give comments, blah, 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 and hit comment. And it'll show up there in the right-hand margin. Now, if you want to get rid of it, you can delete it, or you can edit it. Doesn't matter. Now you can see all of them up here. What's nice is that they're date and time stamped, so if you have a question, I can kind of see when you ask the question and make sure I respond in a timely manner. If I'm up till 3 in the morning giving feedback, you'll know it. Hooray! You can also highlight different fonts or different things if you want to. You can change colors and do all sorts of different tools up here. So those are your feedback buttons. And if there are any way, like let's say someone asked a question here, you can always resolve it, meaning that you've taken care of it and it goes away. So that is my tutorial for Google Docs. I hope that you like it, and I am excited for you guys to use this really awesome tool.